Draft Caulfield Cup, it would appear that Sam Mason has been withdrawn from the Carlton Draft Caulfield Cup. It looks like he's out, so let's join Brian Martin for the call of the $2.5 million Classic.
Sam Mason away from the line here. Sam Mason back away from the line. We'll just wait for this officially, number 3. Now what's going to happen? Are we going to get confirmation? We await. Sam Mason back away from the line. There's the warning siren in the background, so Sam Mason will be a late scratching. And the 17 runners are ready for the Caulfield Cup now. Hale in 16, Sam Mason, Bacon Gate 15, Republic Less down on the inside, Northerly in 9. Most of these horses have been in for a while. Prize Gem on the outside, and Sam Mason is out at 4.11. Sam Mason out of the Caulfield Cup at 4.11. And the starter has a good line. Dash for Cash settles in 14. And they're ready. Stand by for a start. Just about set to run. Now the line is good. Starter has a line now, Northerly in 9. Signal given, they're racing. Came away in a good line. Republic Lass and Tully Thunder began well. So did Northerly and Fields of Omar in the second mortgage. Dash for Cash, the grey is moving forward out deep as they come down to the winning post. And it's Tully Thunder, the second mortgage. Northerly, Fields of Omar. And Dash for Cash is out 5 wide. Further back in the race, Republic Lass, followed by Freemason, Rain Gauge, Distinctly Secret, and then Hale. He's out a little wide from Fantastic and Beekeeper. Then Aline Vitality. Further back in the race, Universal Prince, followed by Prize Gem, Carpstep Way and Grey Song as they go up the back, and Tully Thunder led 3/4 of a length to Dash for Cash and a length into Northerly, followed by the second mortgage, and Fields of Omar's up 5th, followed by Republic Lass as Northerly started to go forward up the back of the 1600 metre mark, and Northerly's moved up outside Tully Thunder, 2 lengths further back, Dash for Cash. Aline Vitality's pushed forward the 4th, 5th is a second mortgage. They're followed by Republic Lass, outside it Fields of Omar, a length and a half, Distinctly Secret. Outside it then Freemason, a length into Beekeeper from Rain Gauge. Then Universal Prince, further back was Hale. Fantastic, the middle, 2 lengths into Grey Song, followed by Prize Gem. And last of all is Carpstad Way at the 1300 metre mark, and Tully Thunder over the top of the hill. In the Caulfield Cup, a length and a half to Northerly, a length Dash for Cash. Aline Vitality running 4th, 2 lengths further back, the second mortgage 5th. On the fence, Republic Lass, a length further back, running up to about 8th position now, Fields of Omar. They're followed on the inside there by Distinctly Secret as Freemason went forward. Further back was Hale. They're followed by Beekeeper, Rain Gauge, and then Fantastic, Carpstad Way. Universal Prince has gone back to 3rd last, and Prize Gem and Grey Song are back at the tail. Coming down at the 900 metre mark, and Northerly going up to Tully Thunder. Freemason has gone up 3rd, a length into Dash for Cash, followed by Aline Vitality. Then came the second mortgage, a length further back in the race, Hale. In the middle is Fields of Omar, the inside Republic Lass, a length into Distinctly Secret. Fantastic further back, followed by Beekeeper and Carpstad Way. It's Tully Thunder, Northerly from Freemason. The second mortgage is wider out in the track, a length and a half to Fields of Omar. Then Aline Vitality, followed by Dash for Cash as they turn for home. Northerly's race to the front now from Freemason, the second mortgage. Down the middle now is Fields of Omar. Northerly up to 300 in front. Fields of Omar coming down the middle with Freemason. Then came Distinctly Secret, followed by Republic Lass. Northerly the leader on the outside. Fields of Omar from Republic Lass. Northerly in front. Fields of Omar trying hard. Northerly's 1.5 neck to Fields of Omar. Republic Lass has run 3rd. They're followed by Distinctly Secret, then Freemason, then Beekeeper, further back Grey Song, Rain Gauge, then Aline Vitality from Universal Prince. Well back in the race, Prize Gem, Tully Thunder, followed by Fantastic. Then Hale, further back Carpstad Way, the second mortgage, and Dash for Cash is last of all.
They are roaring here at Caulfield, and they will bring the house down when this horse comes back. Cox Plate last year, Caulfield Cup today. What a great horse he is. To beat Fields of Omar and Republic Lass. They've run 230.38. He is a super horse. 1980's the last time a horse has carried this weight to victory in a Caulfield Cup. That was Ming Dynasty 22 years ago. Greg Child, 6 starts, 6 rides for 6 wins on this horse. It's 1, 5 and 15. Northerly was absolutely perfectly placed on the turn. Fields of Omar was ready and about to strike, not far behind as they made their runs. Northerly, he rode the perfect race did Charles. He had to make a decision to get around Dash for Cash at the 1600. He did it. He went for home free. Mason was rolling. Here's Fields of Omar with a run in Republic Lass. Northerly's got a length on Fields of Omar. He becomes the 11th horse to have won the Caulfield Cup and the Cox Plate. He's number 4 in the all-time stakes list. He's got home. Here's Fred Kersley with Peter Donegan.
Fred Kersley, was that the longest 2.5 minutes of your life?
Pretty much, yeah. Mrs. reckons I don't know what love is, but I'll tell you something, I love that horse.
You said before the race you wanted him out of trouble on the first turn. That's exactly where he was.
He rode him great. He rode him great. The horse responded. I'm sort of relieved and I'm thrilled. I'm just so proud of the horse.
Obviously, he was going to go at the top of the straight, but gee, those last 400 metres must have been agonising moments for you.
I was looking back and trying to find something that coming, but yeah, they weren't coming good enough.
Is this your biggest moment?
Oh, look, dealing with this horse is my biggest moment. Like, you know, the Cox Plate was just wonderful, and there's something about this horse. He's just a bit different, and I just can't say enough about him.
Fred Kersley, congratulations.
Greg Giles, what about the Caulfield Cup, Greg? He's won a Cox Plate. He goes into the Cox Plate next week. As a jockey, like, you're on Sunline, you're on Northerly. What else can you expect?
Yeah, look, it's a special time of the year. I've had a great association with Sunline, and it ain't changing. And I've had 6 rides for 6 wins on Northerly. I'm a pretty lucky jockey to be riding 2 great horses.
Greg, and in the same era, because it's just a fantastic thing to happen to a jockey, isn't it? And they're not only just ordinary races, they're all group races and the top echelon.
Yeah, look, I've been around a while, and I know how to just, you know, stay focused. You got a job in front of you, and I like to treat every horse, give them every opportunity. And Northerly's such a good horse to ride, and thanks. You can race up on the pace, and a real dogged finish. Just hates horses getting past him. And
now, Greg, you sat back a couple, and then you went to the front at the 600.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you turned for home? You knew he won't stop.
I knew he wouldn't stop, but just the concern with the big weight and something laziness. But fights like a tiger. Great horse, great trainer, great crowd. All right.
Congratulations, Greg. Greg Childs and Northerly, ladies and gentlemen, 2 champions.
Fabulous performance. Greg's, what a record he has on this horse. Tobin Bronze, Rising Fast, Tranquil Star, the other horses to run a Cox Plate and then gone on to win a Caulfield Cup. There's been 11 in total have done the double, but only Tobin Bronze, Rising Fast and Tranquil Star, all great horses in their own right, have done what Northerly has done today. Only Sunline, Tie the Knot and Octagonal have won more money now than this horse in the history of Australasian racing. He's deep into the $5 million bracket. Next week, Paddy Payne rides him against Sunline, Lonhro, Grandira, Defy, and maybe Bella Spree in the Cox Plate.
What a horse, but what a race this Cox Plate is developing into. Have we ever seen a better race than this? This is going to be one of the great races, if not the greatest race, I think, of our time.
Fields of Omar, a fantastic second. Republic Lass, a terrific third. Distinctly Secret ran 4th. Freemason 5th, and Beekeeper was 6th. They're the top 6 we have. But this is a horse. Damien Oliver, who has ridden this horse, said during the week, he is one horse you can't say couldn't win. He defies logic. The way he races, the things he does, he is that sort of horse. He has proven that yet again today. He is unique. We haven't seen anyone quite like him.
No, there's no doubt about it. An outstanding racehorse. And again, you mentioned a name there, Damien Oliver. He maintained, he didn't win the Caulfield Cup, but he maintained his great record of being thereabouts. But there's the man, Greg Childs. What a wonderful ride too. Had a couple of options, pulled the right ones, and under those circumstances, he can take a bow.
8th ride in the Caulfield Cup for Greg. His previous best was a 6th placing. And for Damien Oliver, in the last 4 years, he's been 1st, 3rd, 2nd and 2nd, and in 11 rides, he's had 9 in the top 4. But it's Greg Childs' day today. Sunline next week, Northerly today. How touched has he been? He talked about Sunline and just the impact she had had on his and his family's life last week. Well, if he's got a second favourite horse, I think I know who it is, don't you?
Well, have a look at he's kissing Northerly there. But there's no way there'll be a divorce from Sunline.
It was a wonderful race, it really was. I don't think there was an excuse for a beaten horse.
Well, you couldn't say that, because there he is in front. Everything had its chance to run him down in the straight. The sections will be interesting. He's come home his last 200 in 11.97. Makes it very difficult for anybody to catch him, but have a look at that. What a horse. What a horse.
We've got to go back to 1967 since a horse has carried more weight than this and won a Caulfield Cup, and that was Tobin Bronze, who, by the way, won the Cox Plate the year before. But Ming Dynasty in 1980 was the last horse to carry the same weight.
And there it is. They're all there. There's a lot of space there. They all have their crack over the latter stages. But perhaps it was Greg Charles, that decisive move he made, what was it, probably about 1,800 metres up. We allowed him to slide around without using a lot of petrol, and he had that at the finish.
Here are the connections. What a ride they've had with Northerly over the years. His 7th Group 1 win. And for Fred Kersley, a horseman of some note, a wonderful horseman in terms of harness racing. He had a super horse in Pure Steel. He joined us last week, Max. Peter spoke to him a couple of times today, and so has Neil Kearney. His first concern is always for the horse. He adores his horse. And today it is Fred's day along with Greg Charles and one mighty racehorse called Northerly, who today adds the Caulfield Cup to a long list of great wins that he has achieved.
Well, he could have taken the easy one.
Hello. Style of a champion. He only had a half a neck to spare at the end, did Northerly. But hang on, he did with 3/4 of a length away in 3rd place, Republic Lass. Fields of Omar coming hard. He ran the race of his life. But Northerly hanging on to add yet another famous victory to what is a famous CV for this outstanding 6-year-old from Western Australia. It's a buzz here. As Tony McAvoy would say today, Fields of Omar ran a PB. Tony is with Peter Donegan and David Hayes.
Yes, he is. Tony McAvoy. I said to Fred Kersley that it was probably a long 2.5 minutes for him. It was probably a long 5 minutes for you after what happened at the gates.
Yes, I was most disappointing to see Sam Mason come out. I'm not quite sure. I'll need to look at it again to see what happened to the horse, but that's what happens sometimes.
Half a neck between you and Glory.
Yes, yes. I'm so proud of our horse. I thought he just ran a personal best and got beat by a champion. I thought Damon gave him a beautiful ride. I probably would have preferred a little bit more speed mid-race, but our horse showed that he's a great competitor and a great horse, and he's just run 2nd in the Caulfield Cup. It's pretty good.
As I said, Tony, it was only half a neck, and he didn't look like he was going to get that close at the top of the straight, but didn't he finish off his race?
He was still offering at the finish, and he certainly came back to me after the race like the winner.
What about next week now?
Definitely will be considered, but the horse will need to pull up 100%. We've got a very good horse, and management is what keeps them as a good horse. He can run in these races next year as well, so we'll do what he asks us to do.
Gee, within about 50 metres of the line, I thought you were going to have to look to the heavens, because I thought Brian Martin might be landing on your head at one stage.
Yes. I'm very much looking forward to hearing Brian's call, but it must have got very tough for him.
As always, it was brilliant and a good effort by the horse, great effort by the horse, and well done to you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Peter.
Tony McAvoy with Fields of Omar. Here's Northerly. Now, correct weight on the Caulfield Cup, so 1 Northerly, 5 Fields of Omar, and 15 Republic Lass. Let's check the final dividends.
Number 1 Northerly, $4.20 and $2. 5 Fields of Omar, $2.20, and 3rd 15 Republic Lass, $4. Quinella, $10.40.